50.
Okay.
We'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast for the white male over 50. Thanks, Patrick and Mike. Appreciate you both leaving me to the wolves. I mean, the women. I mean, the zebras. Zebras? Zebras? What's a zebra? No, I don't think it's zebras. Like, anyways, so good to have you ladies on. I can't believe, I think with, you know, four beautiful women on, I would think that there'd be a lot of men that would be on, but maybe I'm mistaken here. So I definitely have a topic that'll be, I think, lively. And so let's start off with Nora. What would you like to accomplish on today's? Or
Um, just I don't know, here to hopefully maybe I don't even know that I'd say hopefully, but eh, my perspective on men right now is probably pretty low. So I don't know if you can turn that around or not, but you can give it a shot.
why would I want to turn it around?
Eh, you don't need to. I'm fine with it not being
It's
turned
just,
around.
yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, men are just stupid. They just are. They're just stupid. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me on how stupid men are. I don't remember when I was in my 20s and 30s, but I was probably so busy trying to provide an economic engine for putting food on the table for my wife and kids that, didn't have time to be selfish, self-centered, self-absorbed, narcissistic. Um, and so is hopefully Brooklyn in the background, Rosanna?
No.
Okay, good. So Brooklyn's 10 years old. And so it's Katie's sister, younger sister. And so definitely don't want to, don't want to have her exposed to some of these things. That'd be kind of traumatic. Um, I mean, that would be one of the things like, yeah, just, I don't know. So yeah, I don't, I mean, for me, I just kind of expect women to be goofy, self-centered, narcissistic, self-absorbed. I mean, that's kind of how God created them. I mean, when you think about it, it's all about them. And so I kind of expect that from women. So when you expect that from women, you're not disappointed. You're like, yeah, that's kind of women. Yeah, it's fine. But man, I just don't get it. I mean, they're not going to be happy. They will not be happy. They will be unhappy, miserable. Like Pastor James McDonald said to his son when he was, I don't know, 30 or something. He said, son, you have unrealistic expectations of a wife. There's no woman on the planet that's going to meet your expectations. And if there was, she wouldn't choose you because you're not that good. I mean, he said that to like 13, 14,000 people on a Sunday. And he said, you need to get married because every day you're not married, you become more selfish and more self-absorbed and narcissistic. And so I agree with that with men. I mean, it's if you don't have a wife and kids, if you don't have a wife and kids, I mean, who's going to tell you that you're wrong? Like, who's going to go ahead and point out all of your flaws and all your mistakes? I mean, right? And so that's how you're going to grow. Um, Elaine, questions or thoughts that you have?
I guess I would be curious as to the wolves aspect, and then also, you mentioned something about, I think it was Patrick being surprised that people don't care.
No, he's
Um,
surprised that somebody actually does care.
okay, does care.
Yeah, so he went through some surgery, and there were a number of people that went ahead and continued to check on him. And how are you doing? Are you healing? Are you okay? And stuff like that. And, one of those was, I don't know, I'll just say a family member that, hadn't been, I don't know, hadn't been the closest, whatever. And, he, you know, he really felt that, this family member cared. And, I had a family member, brother, one of my three brothers that texted me on our 6th anniversary of our son's death. And he said, "Hey, praying for you and your family, and love you, brother." Now, that's his favorite thing. And I said, "Thanks." I just text back, "Thanks." And so, I mean, I appreciate it. It's fine that he did it. I'm also fine that my other 2 brothers and 2 sisters did not do that. And so, does his brother really care? Like Rosanna's what she did, she's coming up with, I mean, I can't even keep up with all the wisdom now. It's crazy. And so, do people really care? And I told Patrick, I'm not sure, your family member does care. I mean, it's not, he says, that's pretty pessimistic. I said, I don't think it is pessimistic. Like, like if this is what happened, this is what happened. It's not pessimism. It's reality. This is just reality. And if you expect something different, there's that little, I think, parable of the fox and the gingerbread boy. And so a fox is gonna, yeah. So I don't think it's pessimistic. So if somebody, so for the last 41 years, I've recommended that young men get married. If somebody asked me, would I still recommend it? I'd be like, I think so. But if they're going to be miserable husbands and miserable fathers, don't put a woman through that. Just don't. Just be miserable on your own. So, on WIFM in the white paper, what's in it for me? The concept of selfless selfishness, like it's crazy to me how you can treat people and they don't appreciate it more than, I don't know. They don't appreciate, they just forget. It's like it blacks out. And I feel bad for those people because they're going to struggle. They just are. They're going to struggle their whole lives because people are going to learn. They're going to teach other people, don't do good things for this person because it's not going to stick. And so, and family members too. And so, I don't know that answered your question, Elaine. So go ahead and ask it again, or
No, that's good.
Ginger Ann, what would you like to accomplish, or questions you have?
I would like to know how to get ahead of that and raise my boys so they're not miserable husbands or individuals.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like that is what I'm talking about. And so this is a job, this is a job for super grandpa. So this is, a top gun for fathers. So, so this is, there's 11 adventures. And so, what a cute couple. Here's this handsome husband, attractive wife, and, 3 wonderful children. It's perfect. In the garden of life, what are our dreams, goals, desires, passions, and vision? Be a man and put your wife and children before your own fun, wants, and needs. So we'll do a podcast on this. And so the younger you can get your boys exposed to this, like for me.
So do I put it in Edward's bed while he's sleeping then, or?
Right, because he's already, what, 2 weeks old?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not too soon. Yeah, put it in there, put it on, say, yeah, absolutely. And so he's 2 weeks old. He's got to get going. He's got to go ahead and start producing for sure. I mean, grandpa's after this thing. So, and so we do, we do something where it's not about you, dude. Like, it's just not about you. And then, 2 is adventure, dreams, goals, and vision. How do we as fathers help our children achieve their full potential? Discover your vision and then help your wife and children to discover their vision and blend it together. So you're all flying together. You're all in flow. Like everything's interconnected. You don't make your vision their vision. You make their vision blended into yours. And so that's 2. So how do we do that? We have a system. It took over 30 years to figure out that system. It doesn't take, and it's a lot of fun.
Are you reading off of the treasure map?
All right, you guys can't see that. Like, okay, let me try it again here. Can you see it now?
Not yet. Now you can.
Okay. So you go ahead and, have this. And so so I don't know, do we do this once a week and on this call? And we go ahead and do, I don't know, a 10 or 15 minute, make it fun and make it exciting. Like, it's just cool. Well, Mark, what if you invest 30 years into your son and then he dies? That sucks. Am I glad for every minute that I tried? I am. I'm very thankful. If I had to do it all over again, would I do it differently? Hopefully. But looking back, I mean, did a lot. It's like, holy cow, this is hard. I'm glad I did everything that I did. Do I wish I would have done more? I don't know. Maybe not. Because I learned from my 2 sons, my 2 youngest sons, like children they're just, I'm not saying they're like their moms or grandmothers or other women where they're just black holes. And no matter how much you give them, they just want more. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's like, hey, like I told Mike at pickleball, I said, yeah, what was it, about 7, 8 years ago, Ginger Ann asked and said, hey, can we come to your place for, I don't know, a month or something? And I said, sure, honey. Yeah, absolutely. You and Daniel and Trevor can. And they were, I don't know, 5 and 3 or something, 7 and 5, probably 5 and 3. I said, but, hey, honey, I'm struggling. I got a lot of work. And so I might be able to spend a half an hour, an hour a day with them. I'm not going to be able to devote the whole day. And she's like, it's okay, Dad. I understand. And little Daniel, he's 5 years old. He just rips Grandpa's heart right out. Not bad. He's 5. That's what 5-year-olds do. And so I told Mike this. I said, yeah, Daniel's like, he's like, how come Grandpa's always working? And Ginger Ann was really sweet. And she went ahead and said, honey, buddy, Grandpa, like, he shared, this is what it was. And he has to put food on the table like Dad does. So he's not able to. So she was a wingman for me. She didn't throw me under the bus and, well, he's a workaholic. It's not that at all. He's got to go ahead and support. He's got responsibilities. And Mike's like, oh, like, what a sweet daughter, right? Is that really that hard? I don't know. And so then you have a plan. And then be intentional as fathers. What plan do we need for our lives, for our wives and children, to create a written plan that holds us accountable? So Ginger Ann, Mikey, like, he was given direction. He's 3. And he was given direction. You don't go to the car. You don't go in the parking lot without Grandpa. And he did, because he thought that he knew more than Grandpa. Like, well, I'm going to get my drink. I'm just going to do that. Well, that's what 3-year-olds boys do. Like, so he's never going to forget that situation, because Grandpa's never going to allow him. Like, buddy, you got to listen to Grandpa. And so Mikey and I have a great relationship. He's 3. And so you have a plan, and then you go ahead and work that plan. And then, adventure number 4 is passion. How do we help our wife and children leverage their passions, be disciplined in our passions, and serve others? Not just for the, not just in front of other people. Dads and husbands that do this just really ticks me off. I could use another word, but this, like, if you're this way, like, if you open your door for your wife in front of everybody, but, when you're at home alone or out in the driveway or when nobody's seeing you and you don't do that, that's just wrong. It's just wrong. And so, passion. And then not just in front of people but when we are not alone. Do not be an HUA. It's a family broadcast, so we won't go ahead and explain what an HUA is, on the recording. I told Mike, he said, what's an HUA? I explained it to him. He started laughing. I'm like, I'm just telling you. And then buddies, like friendships, we're talking. Another person at pickleball, and he's a grandfather, and he's got grandsons that are in their teens, and there's 4 or 5 of them in this group. So he's got a couple grandsons, and then a girl comes into that group, and the mom's concerned about the girl joining the group. Like, here's one girl and 5 boys. Like, moms get concerned about that. And the dad supported the mom. Like, that's just really cool. Like, he's like, hey, your mom's concerned about this. Listen to your mom. And so we talked about personalities and, well, how do you do this? And how do you navigate this? I mean, and then, 5 is buddies. How do I stay on track? Have other men to be art mentors and 2 art buddies who are drill sergeants to you to prevent your HUA from becoming a POS. Again, family. So we won't go into that. But I mean, it's just crazy to me how men have other men who are just like them. It's like the blind leading the blind. I mean, it's just weird. I mean, there's a guy that was in my life 30 years ago, and he comes in out of nowhere again. And what's he do? He shares my emails with his buddies, which is fine because he wants somebody to validate his, and he knows his people are going to validate his. Well, have him come on and talk to me, dude. Let's let your buddies talk to me. How about the 5 of us, your 4 buddies and me, get together and let's have a conversation, because you're telling them what they want to hear. And then 6 is adventure and grow. How do I stay on track? Have other men be our mentors and buddies who are, we already went through that. Then 7, jump down here. How do I, as a husband and father, not be a talker? Like, you do things on vacation. Do not scream in front of your children, wife, and in-laws. It reveals you're a total goofball. I mean, that's a good one. And then number 8, awakening. How do you become awakened so you can awaken your wife and your children? Stop being an adrenaline junkie, thinking attention, looking good, playing video games, drinking energy drinks, and being a goofball with your buddies. Like, just stop it. And then 9, the heart. How do I realize how messed up my heart really is? That's where true humility. And I don't know, going to church, I'm not sure that's going to get the job done, because they're going to tell you you're good just because you're with them, because they're good. It's like, realize you are not the center of the universe. You are not that smart, not that giving, not be healed at a heart level. After your wife delivers a baby in a real life threatening delivery, don't say, I'm really tired. I mean, stop it. Give up, grow up and be a man. Because there's no way a man would. Men do the craziest things. Just do. So obviously the poor saps have never been trained. You can't do this. Like, I would think it's common sense. And then 10, friendship. How do I create deep level 4 friendships with others? Don't talk about the weather, sports, how studly amazing you are. Have deep, significant, intentional, and hard conversations. And then flow. How do I be in flow with others around me? Living our life vision is not about us. It's about helping others to learn to live their life vision. And then there's 7 tips for pastors. And so there's 11 podcasts here that we try to go ahead and make. And then we can make it for little boys. Like, boys. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy on how boys seem to better understand things than men do. So we could do that. So I love your heart, Ginger Ann, where you got, is it 4 little guys? Yeah, 4 little guys. You have 4 men that you're trying to build. And it's like, yeah, that's a big responsibility. Have your husband go through this too. I mean, you guys do it together and have, Pastor Andrew, have him go through it. Like, all these men, they're going to be excited about this, because this is manly stuff to do. Like, do this, get this spread throughout the entire church. I mean, it's just really cool. Rosanna, what you got?
This is all really good.
I appreciate it.
Anybody else have anything else? So it'd be nice if there were other men on. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I get all the ladies to myself, and they're wonderful ladies. They obviously care. They care about men. They care about the next generation. It's, it's 3:00 on a Wednesday. And so, men are probably working their jobs. But I would be willing to do this at 11:00 at night. I would be willing to do this on a Saturday or Sunday. I mean, I'd be willing to do it anytime. But it's weird because women, it seems to me that women are more interested in building powerful sons than men are, which is just mind-boggling to me. I mean, it's just absolutely mind-boggling. So kudos for the women on here. For the men, hopefully you can join, and if not, it's fine. Just go through the podcast and then share reflection and what are suggestions. So if you have any questions, connect with the individual who invited you to participate in today's session, or you can call toll free 888-230-2300 outside the US 630-393-9909. And always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.